Hello everybody, thank you for joining me for your reading for February 17th to February 23rd, 2020. So I actually just recorded the reading, but I had some audio issues. The reading was fantastic, but I'm re-recording it again. I'm sure the same messages will come out, given just as usually how these things go. So initially, Spirit, I kind of meditated on the energies for the week earlier. And Spirit was kind of bringing to my attention, it is Mercury retrograde starting on the 17th in Pisces. And so some of the messages that came through kind of reflected just a lot of relationships and life path and career type of stuff, and kind of taking a step back to evaluate everything before moving forward. I feel like the Mercury retrograde energy isn't as dangerous as people make it out to be. I feel like we give it a lot more power than it actually has, given it happens so often. I feel like, yes, it's a good time to slow down and be cautious, but that doesn't mean you have to just freeze like a deer in headlights. You can still do your thing. Just kind of make sure to double check everything. Just be very cautious moving forward within communications, specifically when it comes to career and relationships. So we're going to go ahead and shuffle. Actually, no, I'm going to take a quick breath. I actually implore you to join me to take a quick breath, connect with our higher selves, and connect to Spirit and see what comes through. I call out to Spirit to please help myself, the collective, and anyone watching this see, hear, and know whatever we need to see, hear, and know for the week of February 17th to February 23rd, 2020. So as always, if something doesn't resonate, don't force it. Time and energy are fluid, so if a message comes through for you and it doesn't resonate, it may be for you at another time. A message within this can resonate, a week from now or a month or a year from now. So, just use your intuition and feel free to take your own meanings away from what I'm saying or even what the cards are saying. So that said, we're going to go ahead and get right into it. We're going to shuffle the deck. I'm checking to make sure the audio is working this time. Looks like it is. So we're good to go. So let's go ahead and see. I hope everybody had a beautiful week, or a beautiful weekend, and beautiful week past. This is actually the last week of February, or the last weekly reading of February. I think the next one's going to go into, it's going to be February through March, I think it is. The last few days of February. I know Valentine's Day just passed. I really do hope everybody had a good time. I had a great time. I got to spend a little time with my family, and then I had some time for self-love, which is really nice. Spend some time reading. I've been trying to finish the Da Vinci Code for who knows how long, but I'm one of those people where I read books in sections at a time, and I don't necessarily sit and finish the whole book. I kind of like to space it out, so I'm actually towards the very end, and it's exciting. I was up a little bit too late reading last night, but it was a lot of fun. So we're going to go ahead and cut the deck and see what Spirit has for us. So I'm just going to freestyle it, see what comes through. If the same messages come through that came through with the failed reading, that's great. If not, then this wasn't meant to be. So we're going to see what's going on. We got Queen of Swords, 2 Pentacles reversed, the Devil, and at the bottom of the deck we do have the 5 of Cups reversed. Okay. Now this is interesting because this is we're getting I'm getting a story of a connection right now, but in the sense of I'm feeling like there's this energy of the devil is trying to get to you, trying to get you down. Actually, but not in the sense of trying to make you do evil things or anything. It depends on how you want to look at it. But essentially what I'm being told is, given we have the 2 Pentacles in reversed, it can represent balance, it can represent cycles, it can represent choices. Particularly with the Queen of Swords next to it, what I'm being told is I'm feeling like you're at a crossroads. And this is with somebody in particular that you may have been dealing with for a couple of months, is what I'm being told. And you're trying to decide if you want to go forward with this, given I feel like there's already been a little bit of heartbreak here, because we do have the 5 of Cups in the reverse. Five of Cups upright usually indicates, in the traditional Rider Waite, we have the 2 cups spilled, or yeah, is it the 2 cups spilled out behind you with the 3 cups full? No, 2 cups spilled in front, 3 cups spilled in the back, and in reverse. You can essentially reverse that. And so what I'm seeing with that is, you essentially do have the 3 cups spilled out, and you have the 2 cups sitting there. So I'm feeling like you may have figured something out about this person, or there's something that just happened that's making you question whether you want to go forward. And the reason I'm drawn to the Devil is because last night, actually, when I was reading through the Da Vinci Code, I think is the name of the book, it has a lot of symbolism in it, and it actually delves a lot into some of the kind of esoteric and esoteric and mystic aspects of Christian symbolism. And not even getting into that whole debate, essentially what I'm going to try to point out with this is, like, this right here is like Baphomet. So essentially this, just the head alone of this card represents like the creative energy within the physical plane. And so if you look at this from like as above so below, with these cards next to it, I'm being shown that like there is a potential for this to move in a healthier direction. But essentially, the earthly realms need time to balance, is specifically what Spirit is telling me. We're going to pull some more cards for this. We have Death in the reversed, Queen of Pentacles reversed, and Nine of Swords reversed. Yeah. So it's actually kind of looking like, I mean, this definitely does feel like a situation in which it feels like somebody is kind of getting out of the heartbreak. Death in the reverse is telling me that there is maybe a lack of willingness to change. There is a lack of decisions being made. Somebody may be holding on too harshly to heartbreaks of the past that may or may not be associated with you in the connection, but it doesn't feel like that. It feels like the person you may be dealing with. Because I do feel like you're the Queen of Swords, whoever's watching this. This is what I'm being told. And this Queen of Pentacles in reverse, this is kind of representing a person that you may be dealing with. Somebody who is in a state of maybe just kind of letting themselves go, in the sense of not taking care of themselves the way they need to. But what I'm also being told, which is a similar energy that came through in the first reading I did earlier, it's there's like a pause being put on the relationship. Whether that's, intentionally, it seems like it's as if the divine is kind of orchestrating this pause. Because, I don't know, because I feel like if you're looking at this from the bird's eye view and you're taking yourself out of the situation, looking at it objectively, if there's a lot of conflict and there's a lot of things that are keeping this relationship stagnant, this Mercury retrograde energy is going to be a very good time to do like a relationship review, within yourself. Understand why and how the relationship has gone and gotten to where it is now, and kind of how you want to move forward with that. Then we're going to clarify with the Book of Thoth Tarot. I would like to clarify this. Actually, this Five of Cups in reverse, I'd actually really like to clarify that. Oh no, okay. Spirit had other plans. So we have a big stack that just fell out. So we will use one of these to clarify. I'll use the bottom here. Ooh, we got the Tower. Oh man. I don't even want to put the other cards down yet. I really want to sit with this. What I find interesting is we do have the symbol for Mars, I think it is, on this card. I'm pretty sure, like right here, the Tower is a Martian energy. And so it's like this, I'm feeling like this kind of like explosiveness. It's like there's like something that's like leading to a like a pop. It's like the bubble of comfort and the relationship has just like, it just popped. And now you guys are seeing things for what they really are, or you may be seeing each other's true colors. And I think this Mercury retrograde is asking you, like, do you want to move forward with this? If so, take a step back and try to understand what's happening before you do. But also before you just like go out and just completely cut this person out of your life, unless that's something you feel you really need to do. By all means, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just showing you what the cards are showing. Now is a good time to take some time to yourself, honestly. Let me pull these and see what we got here. We do have the Eight of Swords, 9 of Swords, also another Martian symbol here, the Sun, interesting, 7 of Swords, what is that, 5 of Cups reversed, again, Prince of Cups reversed, I'll set this here, 3 of Cups in the reversed. What is this, a symbol for Mercury? Yeah. So this is interesting. Given we do have a lot of Mars energy, so I guess, I don't know, I guess this would be like a lot of Aries energy within this, because I think Mars is ruled by Aries, I believe. But we do also have Mercury. Okay, you know, I'm getting like a lot of mixed signals. That's really just what's coming through for me. There's just, I don't know, there's like a distrust. But for good reason. So it's like I'm being shown, it's like, you may be feeling like you're trapped right now, right? You may be feeling like you're kind of stuck in this mental loop in this situation. Oh. But it's like what I'm being drawn to is this 7 of Swords, along with this Prince of Cups reversed and the 5 of Cups reversed. Huh. So what I'm being told is you're kind of like looking at this, you're like, you know, I want to move forward with this, I do want a new beginning with this person, but you have the 5 of Cups in reverse with the 7 of Swords. You know what I'm saying? It's like you may be feeling like this person's being like sneaky behind your back. You may be feeling like they're kind of, oh, it's interesting. So Spirit's telling me that there is a fear of somebody going back to their ex. And that's where and this is where the fear and this is where the devil are coming from. The Tower and the devil, it's like you may be feeling like either you or the other person is in this state of like, oh, you know what? What if they go back to their ex? What if they're talking to their ex? What if they're cheating on me with their ex? It's kind of what I'm seeing here also. But I'm going to clarify this actually. I'm going to clarify this 7 of Swords real quick. Princess of Wands and then 3 of Wands. So this is definitely a Leo card. Maybe dealing with a Leo because we do have the Sun symbol here and we have the Sun up there. I know Leo is ruled by the Sun, but it also has Aries energy as well. So you really I don't know, man, this is interesting. Are you dealing with somebody that is an Aries or a Leo? This is like a complete sideways turn and I did not expect the reading to go. So this might be for somebody very in particular. And it could very well be a counterpart situation because we do have the Prince of Cups reversed and the Princess of Pentacles reversed. It's almost as if it's like you're both afraid of the same thing. This is really weird. It's like you both are afraid of each other's past, or you're both still healing from the past. It's like kind of two different scenarios, whereas like there's a scenario where somebody may be thinking about associating with somebody, but they know what their track record is. Maybe they've known to be a cheater. They may not have cheated on you, but you know them well enough to know that they may have been, less than a favorable human being in the past, and you may be afraid of moving forward with this person, particularly because of that. And that's indicated to me by the 3 of Cups in reversed. 3 of Cups, it can be a celebratory card, but it can also represent third-party energies, given the fact that we actually do have the 5 of Cups in reversed. And when it's in the upright, you do have 3 cups full behind you. But given that it's, reversed, we have the 3 cups that are pouring out with 2 cups filled up in the traditional Rider-Waite. But we do have under that the 3 of Cups reversed. And so what I'm feeling like right now, especially with the Tower and the Devil, this new opportunity is kind of being put at a pause because you need to get past that fear. because a lot of the times our fears are products of our past pain, our past trauma. And so if you have been in a situation where you have been cheated on, you have been lied to, these cards are kind of telling me that, like, maybe don't be so rash in your decision making. Maybe kind of try to look at things objectively before assuming somebody has or will do something. Specifically, like, don't assume that somebody is going to be like your ex. Don't assume that things are going to end up exactly the way they were just because it happened in the past. So I'm going to clarify this Sun card real quick. So what is the Sun, like, what is this new opportunity? Like, where is this going to go? Like, what's the potential of this? Should you take the steps guided? Ooh, the Emperor. And the Seven of Pentacles reversed. That's interesting. So the Emperor can often represent, that's another Aries card. I love this deck because it gives you the Hebrew symbol, and it also gives you the astrological symbol, which within it has so many associations. So man, oh man, this is I don't often try to go this route, but Spirit keeps trying to get, and I think that's why the reading didn't go through in the first place, is Spirit really wants me to speak on divine partnerships and soulmate relationships, and this is kind of what's coming through right now. I feel like that's really a big lesson. So I feel like the lesson of the Emperor, well, it can represent the, somebody else you're dealing with if you're looking at it in terms of, what is inside yourself, the divine masculine energy within yourself. Kind of learning to take charge of your own emotions in the sense of not letting them control you. And really just kind of like being the master of your own domain. And really just like focusing on like keeping your shit together. Like I'm being shown like you have this kind of like solid foundation already built within your own life. And I think the situation, it might be bringing you off that kind of balance. And so if this is looking at it from somebody you're dealing with, let's say you're dealing with like a masculine energy, if you resonate more with the masculine energy, I personally resonate more with the feminine energy. So I do notice when I do readings and they come out to be like this, it's often me gaining insight into the masculine side of things. I'm of a divine counterpart. And so, it's interesting. It's like, if we're looking at it from that perspective, right? Let's say this is like your divine counterpart, the divine masculine, that you may be dealing with, somebody that embodies more masculine energy, again, not gender specific. This may be what they're going through right now. And they may be coming to terms with the fact that they have made some decisions that have caused the relationship to be at a standstill. Given Mercury retrograde is a good time to evaluate those types of things and to not necessarily take huge leaps. I feel like that's exactly what is going on, is like this person is like, yo, I may have not made the smartest of choices. Maybe they did go back to, maybe they were talking to somebody else, and that's kind of what's being shown to me here with the Three of Wands, Princess of Pentacles reversed, and the Seven of Cups. It's almost as, but it's like this person is coming back to them, which is weird. So it's like somebody has been trying to get back into their life. They're not necessarily letting it go, but they're also not necessarily wanting to completely move forward with it, which is interesting because now this Queen of Swords, it looks like the reason that there is a lot of just like weird energy within the relationship, it's almost this kind of like the masculine is in this really detached but like emotional and like self-loathing, wanting to get out of a certain situation, wanting to go towards somebody that they actually feel a divine connection with, maybe not so much a karmic partner. Man, this is not what I expected the reading to go towards. I'm gonna go ahead and pull for some advice for the feminine reading this right now. For watching this reading, if you're a feminine energy and you resonate with this, and you're feeling like you're getting insight into maybe a masculine energy you're dealing with, let's see what Spirit has for you. What's a good thing for you to go through with right now? Like, what can you do in the meantime? Because it's never just one-sided in these types of situations. So we do have the Six of, what is that? Cups reversed? we have the Seven of Wands reverse, or I'm sorry, Seven of Swords reverse, and we have the Eight of Cups. So the Eight of Cups actually came out in the reading I did earlier. So what I'm getting is, okay, so the masculine is afraid to come forward because they are afraid that you're going to just hold the past against them. Because they know they've hurt you, they know they've done you dirty. And I mean, I think that's a big reason why you might not be in communication right now with them, especially with the way these cards are coming out. It does not feel like there's any love being given either way. It just feels like things are at a standstill. And a big reason for that is for them to learn to not do the same things, learn their lessons, but also for you to learn to forgive the fact that you let those things slide. I'm always really iffy on like forgiving people. It's like, yes, like forgiveness is an amazing thing. It can bring a lot of peace to forgive somebody, but also like recognizing that it is not an obligation to forgive somebody. If you're not ready to forgive somebody, like you do not have to. Like if you're not in the place to feel like you don't, like if you feel like you're in a place where you just can't let go of what they did, like you need to take the time to yourself to process that and to understand why you may be feeling that way. And the Mercury retrograde energy is perfect for that. That is a perfect energy right now. It's just like an amazing opportunity to let go of the past. And I know that's something that's always said, like, oh, let go of the past and forgive yourself and forgive this person. It's very cliche, and I admit it can be overbearing when it's said so many times. But I think the reason it comes up so often, and especially readings like these, is because it's an important part of your healing journey. Learning how to not let the past affect you so much. Honestly. So, whether you're a divine feminine or divine masculine, I think the energies are pretty smooth across the board for both of you. It's like, in order for like any type of progress to be made, to even get to this Sun card here, to even get to a new beginning, to get to any type of equal footing within love being given, you really need to make sure you don't hold yourself or the other person to the past. And that takes time. And I think that's why right now that's why there is a type of separation right now. I know in one of the other readings that I was watching, I do sometimes watch, divine counterpart readings, and similar messages do come through, which I find interesting when I do the readings, that I do actually get the same messages. So I think right now is the time to focus on yourself, honestly. And if this person does come back around, if you really do want to be with this person, maybe don't be so harsh on them. Maybe don't push them away so much. Be a little bit more compassionate. Be a little bit more loving, and realize that, everybody's trying their best. But also realize like you have no obligation to take anybody back. That's really on you. So I'm gonna actually, because even before I go to the Oracle, the Six of Cups reverse is just such an important card I feel like to take note of, because Six of Cups reverse often resonant of feeling nostalgic to the point of detriment. And given we do have the Seven of Swords next to it, it's almost like needing to take this time to fill up your own two cups. Given we have the Eight of Cups here, there's no two cups making it a 10, right? There's no emotional fulfillment. You may not be feeling like, oh, this isn't what I thought it was. I don't want to go through this again. There's like that apprehensiveness, but it's like you kind of got to find that within yourself. So that way, if somebody does come back into your life and you're comfortable with that, you're not going to be in that same focus on the two cups spilled out. You're not going to be focused on all the heartbreak that you've endured with this person, and that goes vice versa. So Spirit's telling me to move on to the Oracle. Very intense reading, but I think the energy is beautiful nonetheless. It's kind of creating the pathway for you to get to a more balanced state of mind, a balanced emotional state. Given Mercury is going to be retrograde in Pisces, the Piscean energy is very dreamy, very idealistic, but it can also be the energy of like fostering the wounded healer. You know what I mean? Really looking forward to accepting people and all their flaws. Not looking forward to, but be willing to help. Excuse me, I'm having trouble wording this. Being willing to help people that are still in a very deep healing stage, which it seems the Divine Masculine is going through or all of us are going through, especially when we're coming out of that shadow period. So yeah, take it as it resonates, honestly. Like, don't force these messages if they don't fit, because I feel like they're getting, sometimes they get so specific that there may be a very general message that fits, and then the details of the message don't necessarily apply. And if you try to make them fit, you try to force them, it might not always work out so well, because then you'll be creating scenarios in your head that don't actually exist. And I think that's why self-awareness and, personal accountability is so important within these types of readings and situations. So we're going to see what a divine message comes through for the divine feminine, even if it doesn't come through for the divine feminine, because it may resonate with the divine feminine in this masculine energy you're dealing with, or even within yourself. So whatever Kuan Yin and Spirit has for us, drink from the Emerald Fountain. Okay, let's go ahead and read this. What is it, card 7? Okay. Funny, because we had the 7 of Swords come out twice. Or 3 times, I think it was. One of them in reverse. Right. So, the Divine Feminine, I'm sorry, it's just like, if having that be the first 3 letters, or 3 words that it starts with is just too much. Okay, sorry. The Divine Feminine is encouraging of the awakening and empowerment of all living beings. When a sincere seeker is trying to find the way through, there is much help sent. It makes sense to be open to receive it, indeed to step forward and drink from the Emerald Fountain, which is the unconditionally loving heart chakra of Kuan Yin. Allow yourself to be nourished by the power and love of the I'm sorry, I just twisted up the words so bad. Allow yourself to be nourished by the power and love of the Divine Mother flowing to you now. There is nothing to be gained in making life more difficult than it needs to be, other than unnecessary stress, or perhaps the learning that it isn't as much fun this way. At this time, you are going through a time of important spiritual growth. Your higher self has set a spiritual schedule and is planning on being at a certain destination in time and space to set events in motion, to benefit from synchronicities, and to be able to live out in its divine purpose in the physical world too. The soul is very resourceful and is calling for divine help in getting to its destination on time. When you allow yourself to be helped, great reserves of support become available to you. Your soul is strengthened and nourished by the loving heart of the Divine Mother, as it is filled with love from the Emerald Fountain. It can flow through you, and you feel happier, more balanced, content, and peaceful. The more you allow yourself to be assisted, the more you will feel detached and trusting. You will find fewer problems actually arise for you, and when they do, you might be surprised just how swiftly they are resolved, sometimes with only a small amount of effort on your part. This is the benefit of allowing divine forces greater than us individually to nourish and support us. We allow the loving power much greater than our individual consciousness to do the heavy lifting, and our soul path unfolds more joyfully and more quickly. It is a doing without doing. You are at a point on your path where you need support to rise up and break through. You are invited to drink from the Emerald Fountain, to accept the love pouring endlessly from the heart chakra of the Divine Mother, as it would greatly benefit you, even in ways that are not as yet part of your conscious awareness. May your spiritual thirst be sated, and may you be supported and assisted by the Mother Divine. Here's the healing they include. Laying or sitting comfortably, close your eyes and let your breathing relax. Imagine that before you, that is a weird way of saying that. Imagine that before you is a sacred place filled with emerald green light, and you hear a fountain. It sounds like a waterfall, like a beautiful woman singing sweetly, like a crystal bowl being sounded and birds singing. You see or sense the fountain and allow yourself to approach it, realizing you are in a very special place of great power and love. The heart chakra of Divine Mother Kuan Yin. Yes. Allow yourself to bathe and drink in this fountain with respect and gratitude. Let yourself absorb it, feel any emotion releasing, and simply be. When you are ready, return to your breath and your body, and you may like to finish your healing with the prayer below. As you move through the following days and weeks, be open to saying yes, to allowing life to be easier, to letting go of that which feels heavy or obstructing, to having utter faith in your process. Well, yeah, excuse me butchering the reading. I feel like I butchered that quite a few times, but this energy it's intense. Honestly, like, just kind of sitting here doing this reading, there's a lot of healing going on. I feel like there's a lot of deep healing going on, and I feel like now is a good time to just take it at your own pace. And I feel like I say this in every reading, but it is so important, and I feel like it has been a huge part in remaining balanced within my own journey. Your healing process will look like nobody else's. So take it at your own pace, and do not be afraid to ask the divine for help. Don't be afraid to ask your spirit guides for help. You're more than welcome to call out to Kuan Yin, the divine feminine energies, if you feel like you need that balancing. But just trust that, like, the healing that's needed to take place is taking place. And it may not look like the way you thought it would, but I feel like coming to that acceptance helps things move quicker than they would have if you were trying to move against the flow of what healing is bringing to you. So, that said, I'm very grateful for you tuning into this reading. If you would like to book a personal reading, send me an email to jazargoshepard@gmail.com. You can find my Instagram @jazargoshepard. That concludes the reading for this week. Best of luck to you all. I hope you have a beautiful week. I love you all so much. Take care, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.